Warning, there are profanity, topics, and other opinions that could offend you. Please watch and or listen at your own risk, and enjoy the show. Hey guys, I'm RDiK, your old school duelist, everyone call me, and welcome to the Voidcast of Season 2, where no topic is still off the table. Now, before I jump into today's story, I just want to give you guys a quick heads up that next week's episode will actually be the season finale of Season 2. The reason why I'm going to do this is I didn't think I would cut Season 2 so short, but the reason why I'm going to do season finale of Season 2 is because I want to step back and because it's a new Yu-Gi-Oh season and everything like that, I want to, jump back into like basically what made me or what gave me the passion to do YouTube, and that was Yu-Gi-Oh videos. So I'm just gonna sit back for a little bit and do a few Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and then I'll jump back into the Voidcast because like I said, I love doing the Voidcast. The Voidcast is really fun. Doing a podcast is something that ever since I've started listening to podcasts, I've always wanted to do a podcast. So the fact that I'm doing a podcast, I'm on season 2 of my podcast, is just awesome. Just awesome. I love it, and I mean, I know I don't get a lot of views, but the views that I do get, I really do appreciate it, and I love it so much. But like I said, I'm going to take a step back for a little bit and do some Yu-Gi-Oh videos, just because it's a new season. A new set dropped, a new ban list is going to be coming out soon. I just want to do a couple of videos, I'm not going to say a couple, I'm going to do quite a few videos, for Yu-Gi-Oh, just because I want to. It's just something I really want to do. So I'm gonna do it. So now let's jump into today's things. Now I got three stories, and then one thing I just want to talk about. I wouldn't say just want to talk about three stories, and one thing I want to talk about that me and Josh, my best friend, that we're gonna do. Not that we're gonna do that. We talked about actually yesterday, that it's just something that really fucking bugs us a lot. But I'm gonna do the three news stories because that's what I do. All right, so first news story is GameStop will have Nintendo Switch systems in stock this week. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what that means. It's pretty obvious. Fucking GameStop is actually gonna do their fucking job. But what this means for Nintendo or for the GameStops. Like I said, like normal, all three of these articles are coming from Polygon because I really love Polygon and their stories. The Nintendo Switch can still be hard to find at retail, but GameStop announced today that and just to let you guys know, this article was August 14th, 2017. Today that they will have the system in stock in all its physical locations starting tomorrow. So August 15th, as of August 15th, Tuesday, August 15th, 2017, Nintendo Switches will be in stock. This marks the first time since the initial launch of Nintendo Switch that all GameStop stores will have the system in stock at the same time. The company said in a release, fans can pick up Nintendo Switch at GameStop for $299. You motherfuckers! I paid fucking. What was it? I fucking paid like $400 for mine. Almost $500. It's like $400 and something dollars. Fuck off. That pisses me off, but whatever. I don't care. I don't regret buying it. And it's not like I could buy it now. Even if I wanted to, I don't think I'd have the extra money, or I'd have I wouldn't think I'd have the extra money right now because just a whole bunch of other stuff that I have to do with fucking bills and shit. Fans pick up Nintendo Switch starting, along with your favorite Nintendo games and accessories. You can also find the system on GameStop's website. But there aren't currently any standalone systems being offered. If you want one, you'll have to buy a bundle, and those start at $419.99. You can read our review of the hardware, blah, blah. Basically, what the article is just letting everybody know that Nintendo finally gave GameStop some more Switches. I got really lucky when I bought mine on vacation, and like I said, I just got really lucky. I called up a GameStop, and they're just like, yeah, we got one. I was like, okay, can you hold it for like 30 minutes? Or can you hold it? I'll be there in 30 minutes. They're like, yeah, we can do that. So I went and bought it. That's awesome. If you want to know my thoughts on Nintendo Switch, check out one of my previous videos. I know it's season 2. I know for a fact it's season 2. I want to say it's like episode maybe 3 or 4. One of the two, doesn't matter. Either way, GameStop having Nintendo Switches is a huge deal because GameStop, in my personal opinion, is a dying store. Only because you got competitive prices with Walmart, Target. You know, not a lot of people go to Target anymore. At least I really don't. But yeah, you got Walmart, Target, Best Buy. Online, you have Amazon. Amazon is such a big... such a big store and has revolutionized online shopping. So it's something that GameStop. First of all, the $2.99, that is that I think personally that is a great price. I think I might have now that I look at it, at the time I think it was an overpriced product, but it was one and I really, really wanted it, so they had it, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. Because if I looked online, I'd end up spending maybe $500 for the system alone. The system, when I bought it at the time, it was $400. So yeah, it's being $2.99. I think is really good. I don't see anything wrong with it being $2.99. But at the same time, it's really annoying to people who bought it on initial launch. But I feel like also this price drop is so that so people will buy them and it'll fucking move off the shelf because. A lot of people that I've talked to about the Switch, they've told me all the same thing. They're just like, oh, I just don't think I'm going to buy a Switch right now. It's just not a lot of games are on it right now, which I can totally agree with them. There is not a lot of games on it. Still, technically, it is a Zelda machine because when you ask anybody, when I see anybody who has a Switch, they're always like, you got Zelda? Or anyone who sees me that has a Switch is like, you got Zelda? Yeah, I got fucking Zelda. Why the fuck would I not have Zelda and not have the Nintendo Switch? We also have Mario Kart 8, we have ARMS, we have Splatoon 2, and there's also a bunch of, third-party indie games that are on there, which, don't get me wrong, the third-party indie games that are on there, the ones that I own and play, fucking amazing. But at the same time, there's not a lot of games on the Switch to some people that, when they buy a game system, they buy it so they have a lot of shit to do. So, maybe, every paycheck or, every time they beat a game, they can just go, boom, immediately pick up another game. The games that are on the Switch right now, there's only 2 games on there that actually have a decent campaign. Zelda, which, in all reality, if you just go hardcore through the story, you're probably looking at about maybe 30 to 40 hours, which is standard for a game. But at the same time, there's a lot of shit to explore. I've talked about this in the previous episode, and I'm just gonna sum it up real quick. Zelda is probably a 200-hour game if you wanted to complete it, 100% complete. It's probably about a 200-hour game, which is fucking amazing for a game. Especially for a launch title game. It's fucking amazing. I cannot get over it. Zelda is so much fun. I do have my gripes about the game, but at the same time, it is just amazing. I love it. I love it so much. But, again, when you look at it and you think about it, the Switch right now is still just a Zelda machine. With some other games that are also out there. I don't think this game, or I don't think the Switch will have a decent amount of games probably till early 2018, where I feel like if it was still $400, if people online are still selling it for $400, it's a justifiable $400. You could get there would be enough games. At the same time, there's still a lot of games that have been announced but don't have an actual release date. Say Metroid 4, that is such a big name to be throwing out there for the Switch. And it said early 2018, so probably January, February, or March, that game will come out. But again, we still don't have a date, and it's only August of 2017. Which means we still have about 5 months before it's even 2018. So, with that being said, there's just not a lot of there's 300 for the games that are out right now. Plus, if you include the indie games as well, like games in total that are out, indie and first-party AAA titles for the Switch. They're currently right now, I feel 300 probably is a arguable price for a system that's been out for about 4 or 5 months. Let's see, March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, 5 months for a system being out for 5 months. And there's only 4 main titles, 4 like Nintendo titles out. I feel like $300 is an arguable price for people that don't care about indie games or like the smaller games that just look at the main title games. Like if you look at an Xbox or PS4 and PC. There's so many games for them. Granted, PC is a totally another fucking market of gaming, just because because PC gaming has lasted for so long. It is the longest spanning play style for video games. But like Xbox One and the PS4, they've been out. Yes, they've been out for a few years now. But still, they have a big title. And even like with the 300, the Xbox and the PS4 are still an arguable price tag, or is still an arguable, or a very, very justifiable price tag, because you have such a wide, huge collection of games to just buy for your system for main title AAA $60 games. Not even worrying about like the indie games that are on the consoles, but you got exclusives. You got games that are for both systems that are still, $60 full price. So personally, in my personal opinion, if I did not have an Xbox, I probably would have bought an Xbox or PS4, whichever one I would have felt at the time. Probably Xbox, just because I just love Xbox. But if you already have PS4 or Xbox, or hell, if you already are a PC gamer and you want to get like and like PC gaming is your main gaming, and you want something different, I would definitely say pick up a Switch if you can. But if you don't, and you want to say like, oh, I don't have any of the newer consoles like Switch, PS4 or Xbox, which one should I buy? I would be like PS4 or Xbox. Just don't worry about Switch. Switch is Nintendo. In a way, it's not their fault for having these games at the same, having all these games not out, but at the same time, it also is their fault, because a lot of these games are not ready for the Switch. Like if you left the Switch in the oven for a little bit longer, maybe to give us a few more, prepare us for a few more apps, give us a better UI, stuff like that, or just a bit, a different operating system, something. And waited for maybe 3 or 4 games to be ready. Like you got like Zelda, Mario, hell, even ARMS, and those. If you had those 3 games ready on launch, like ready to go, you could still surf the internet. You had Netflix and YouTube and all that stuff ready to go on launch of the Switch. And if we had to wait a couple more months, then I really feel like $400 would be totally justifiable for a launch price. And then a bunch of more games ready to go, or being ready to go maybe a month or 2 after release. Now, unfortunately, that is not the case. We had Zelda on initial launch. Then we had maybe anywhere between 5 to 8 indie titles ready to go on the Switch on day of release. We had to wait I think 2 months for ARMS. I think we only waited a few weeks for Mario Kart 8, but at the same time, Mario Kart 8 is not an actual, it's a full $60 game, yes, and I think $60 is not too much asking for the game, but at the same time, it's definitely a game that playing by yourself, yeah, you can play by yourself for maybe a couple hours, but in reality, for a long span of Mario Kart 8 to last, you need friends. It's horrible to put it that way, but Mario Kart 8, it's better when you have friends that also have the console. Now, if you don't have the console with a bunch of more games ready to go, like even like, you don't have Call of Duty on it. You guys said Skyrim was going to be out. Fuck, you even said Virtual Console games were going to be out. And the game console's been out for fucking 5 months. We still haven't got them, which to me just pisses me off so much. But I'm spending too much time on this story, talking about the Switch, and I think that $300 for the Switch right now, I feel, is inarguable. I wouldn't argue the $300 and be like, okay, plus, like, if I did my research and said, okay, there's a bunch of indie titles, plus there's also a bunch of third-party games, plus there's 4 main title games out, including Zelda, which Zelda alone can, like, last you a good, like, 2 months. I mean, I'm still playing it right now, plus the DLC, plus the DLC launch, that was just even more hours. Like, I'm replaying the game because of the DLC launch. But yeah, $300, in my personal opinion, I don't think that's too much. I feel like that is a really, really good price. To other people, they might be like, I don't see it's worth it. Plus, also, they've had a bunch of issues with, like, multiplayer stuff. But that is for another day. The next story is Rick and Morty will no longer stream for free on Adult Swim's website. What does this mean? It means a lot, actually. Adults, whenever a new episode of Rick and Morty comes out, they stream it on Adult Swim's website. They live stream it on Adult Swim's website. Though they're no longer going to do that, so that really sucks. Now you have to catch it on the either night of the, on Adult Swim, or you have to, wait for it to go on Hulu, which, it always does. That's where I watch it. I mean, in reality, I've kind of watched it on Facebook, because people fucking put it on Facebook. But anyways, yeah, so that is, like, this is a really long article. I really don't, because I spent a lot of time, on the Nintendo Switch article. I don't have enough time to, I don't have enough time to really, go into this. But also, if you really want to, watch it for real, you can go ahead at the end of the article. It does say Rick and Morty. You can legally watch the episodes and download them, and legally download them on Adult Swim's app for a subscription of $3.99 a month, and get full episodes after they air, which is just awesome. I think personally, I've had a whole episode about about ads and paid subscriptions. I see nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Are ads really annoying? Yes, they are. But they can. But they also pay for your stuff. They keep your stuff free. Do I still believe a skip option should be included? I totally hardcore agree with the skip ad. As long as, like, if you're still required to watch a certain amount of it, and we get a skip maybe like halfway through or something like that, because it forces you to watch a little bit and be like, maybe I'll check this out, or maybe I'll finish watching the ad, which I've done tons of times. I had an ad that was a whole episode of a show. I ended up watching the entire ad, or watching the entire show, and I looked up the show, and I watched the rest on, because I think they have, like, they had the rest of the episodes up on YouTube, because they had, like, an official, official channel. It was a fucking animated show. I can't remember what the hell it was. Like Max Overdrive, something like that. It was really good. Don't get me. It was a really good show, and I'm actually happy I finished it. Well, I watched the whole thing. It was really cool. But like I said, it's really annoying to hear people bitch about, like, oh, they're not going to stream it for free anymore. Not everything can be free. You got to pay for some stuff, guys. But that's it on this story. On to the last story. No Man's Skies players are meeting up for the first time 1 year later. Now, this is a huge controversy with No Man's Sky. When it came out, it says on the box, multiplayer worlds. Or what was it? Because it says right on the box. No Man's Sky box. Yeah, right on the box it says, where is it? Where does it say that? I remember looking at it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, on the back. Yeah, there you go. There. On the back, it does say multiplayer on it. So yeah, that's like it's kind of a thing. That's funny. There's 2 different fucking box arts. That's hilarious. Anyways, but yeah, no, the game had promoted multiplayer. But you know, the only thing we had for a multiplayer was a leaderboard, and that was it. But I think personally, in No Man's Sky, the leaderboard is kind of stupid. But now people are, with the newest patch update, people are actually getting together and getting in a 16-person voice chat, which is fucking amazing. There's more patches to come out and more stuff to do with it. Me on a personal level, I didn't really like No Man's Sky. I watched someone play it, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't look like I would enjoy it. So I'm just not like, I'm just gonna either watch people play it, or I'm just not gonna play it at all. I mean, I'm not gonna play it at all. Like, I'm just not. But I'm just gonna watch people play it, or I'm just not gonna give a shit. But this is actually kind of cool that people are actually getting voice chats on No Man's Sky. Hopefully soon we actually will be able to play with each other. Now that about does it for my stories. Now we're gonna get into my topic that I wanted to talk about for a little bit, for the last like 10 minutes of the episode. With this, one thing, because I went to a Cubs game. I went to the Monday Cubs game with my best friend and my dad, and it was awesome. Had a blast. Fucking the score when we left, because we had to catch a train back and everything. We didn't want to miss the train. When we left, it was 15-5, which is fucking. We watched 4 home runs. That was just fucking amazing to see. That was the first time I've ever been in a ballpark and see a home run, let alone 4 home runs. Holy shit, my dude. And I go to a Cubs game guaranteed at least one Cubs game every year. I've gone to 2 this year, which is just awesome. Fucking happy as hell I got to go to 2. But, you know, I've never seen a home run in a ballpark, and seeing 4 in one game was just fucking cool as shit. But while we got there, like, I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 hours early, because we had to meet up. We had to take the train, had to take the L. We had to, meet up with my best friend, because my best friend lives in Chicago. So it was a whole bunch of stuff that we had to do. So we got there extra early, just to make sure, just in case any problems happened and anything like that. But yeah, so while we were waiting there in the stands, I decided to, me and Josh, we decided to play some games on our phone. And while they were loading, I downloaded the FIFA mobile game, which is cool, but at the same time, I don't think it's for me. Also, at the same time, I don't think you can play with your friends. Like, I don't think you can, like, search up your friends. I'm not sure. I didn't really look into it. But I don't think you can play, like, you can, like, say, hey, you want to play a game of FIFA on our phones, blah, blah, blah. You don't think you can do that. Maybe I just didn't see a button or something like that, or maybe I didn't unlock something. I don't know. I didn't really care, because the game really kind of bored me really fast. Plus also, I'm not a huge FIFA person. Like, I never really liked the games. But anyways, carrying on with the point. While it's loading, I noticed that it was taking a minute to load, and while it was loading, it would leave the messages that were just like, it would be like, oh, and it always says something related to the game. So it's soccer, so it'll be like drafting players or something like that. And I feel like I know I'm not the only one that bugs, because Josh said the same thing. That shit annoys him. And like, I get it, you guys are just trying to be funny and gimmicky, but to me it's really fucking annoying, because then it's like, I'm waiting for my fucking game and you guys are wanting to fucking give me little messages to tease me about the game that I'm waiting to play, and that to me is annoying. At least, like, if you're gonna do something gimmicky and to tease me about the game, let me, like, throw me some facts, throw me, like, some fucking, like, maybe I can do like some training shit or something like that while the rest of the game is loading. Like, yes, it's a phone that could take more processing speed, and could take a little bit longer, but at least that would give me, something to fucking do besides sitting there and like, oh, drafting players, oh, practicing, or meeting up for the game, training, stretching, stuff like that. I don't need that. Like, that's seriously, this is not fucking needed. It's annoying, it's pointless, and I just stop with it, please. That's just like, That crap just annoys me so much. And then also with games, the tutorial, I thought the tutorial, I'm just going to talk about the game for a quick second. The tutorial for the game was really actually cool because more games need to force you to do a tutorial and force you to fucking learn your game. Like, that's just one thing about the game that I really wanted to point out there and be like, yes, you guys made a game right. It's a mobile game, but you made it right. So yeah, that's it. Well, that's it for the Voidcast. Before I end, I just want to let you guys know again and reminder that next week's episode will be the season finale of Season 2. And like I said, the reason is just because with the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Season starting and stuff like that, I want to take a break from the Voidcast just for a couple weeks, maybe a month at the longest. Don't know. Time will only tell how long I want to take a break from the show. But extremely small hiatus because I don't want to be away from the show too long. But I also will still be posting vlogs, words. I'm going to be doing vlogs, I'm going to be doing Yu-Gi-Oh videos for you Yu-Gi-Oh people out there. So, if you're watching the Voidcast and you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, or you want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh, go check out my Yu-Gi-Oh videos. They're going to be coming up in the next few weeks. The next 2 weeks, actually. I might be posting one next week. I'm not sure. I have to record them. I have to get them ready. It takes time to do Yu-Gi-Oh videos. But I won't be going anywhere. Just the Voidcast will be going away for a small hiatus. Not long, though, because I want to jump back into this with Season 3. And I also want to a lot of promises I made at the beginning of this season that I did not hold my end. I want to make sure those promises are made and succeeded and completed for Season 3. So I'm going to be working on a new intro. I'm going to be working I'll probably be working on I wouldn't say a better format, but definitely something to that just makes this podcast special. Like, yes, I make the podcast special, but all jokes aside, I just want to do something to make people be like, oh yeah, the Voidcast, I love it. Not be like, oh man, have you listened to the podcast, like this one podcast with this one tranny person that does it. But that's just me. That's just what I want to do. I want to work on the Voidcast during this hiatus. Plus, also, tackle a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh videos and stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching and/or listening to the Voidcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my other videos. And I will see you guys in the next week's episode. That fucked up. Have a wonderful night, day thing, or whatever, guys.